The debate over whether to bring a Buc-ee's to Palmer Lake back on the agenda tonight. The town's planning commission voting on the proposed annexation after it was tabled during their last meeting. The Texas-based travel center would build their southern Colorado location here, just off I-25 near County Line Road. You see right there on the map. The original annexation plan was approved by the Palmer Lake Board of Trustees in December of 2024, but was withdrawn in March due to, quote, technical issues. The plan was then resubmitted to the town in April. After tabling August 20th's Planning Commission meeting, saying they needed more time to review the annexation proposal, tonight the commission voted whether to approve or deny a recommendation of the project to the town's board. And News 5's Noah Kaplan joins us now live from outside Town Hall. So Noah, what did they decide?
Brett, tonight's decision, to put it plainly, is a big win for those opposed to any future annexations regarding Buc-ee's. The town's planning commission voting to not recommend the latest annexation proposal to the town's board of trustees. Palmer Lake's Planning Commission voted 3-2 to deny a recommendation for each of the following, arguing the plan is short-sighted and does not cover who bears financial responsibility for the space and infrastructure Buc-ee's requires. Opponents to the project saying this sends a message to the town's government.
This is a clear indication or a clear sign to the folks who are under recall that the townspeople haven't felt like they've been heard.
Even with the denied recommendation, the town's Board of Trustees still has the final say. Beth Harris, a Palmer Lake citizen campaigning for a trustee seat in the event September 9th's recall passes, says it's possible the board could still vote yes.
That would be ill-advised because the Planning Commission obviously spent many hours considering this issue.
The meeting, which adjourned before 8 p.m. Wednesday, did not allow for public comment. The town's attorney arguing this meeting is a continuation of the August 20th meeting where public comment closed. Harris argued the lack of public comment violated people's free speech rights, while Buc-ee's team member Mark Waller said,
"They very specifically said in the last meeting that the public comment phase was closed."
As for next steps, Waller says tonight's decision was, quote, expected, and hopes the town's board will make the right decision for its citizens.
Ultimately, it's up to the elected leaders of a town to make the determination as to whether or not a project is going to go forward.
On that topic, October 2nd.
So could this all be for nothing? Well, possibly, but it's complicated. You see, less than a week from now on September 9th, Palmer Lake has a special election. The town's citizens will vote on a few things. The first one being to recall 2 of its trustees. Currently, you heard from Harris earlier, she's one of those people, one of 3 people actually, who entered their names in the ring to potentially run to replace those trustees if they are in fact recalled. That's one item on the ballot that, by the way, is mail-in only. Another item is a vote on future votes. The citizens will decide whether or not future annexations by the town will go to a citizen vote. Now, could that determine the future this Buc-ee's annexation? That does remain to be seen, but if citizens do vote yes to that on September 9th, which is this coming Tuesday, that could really set up something similar to what we saw in Colorado Springs earlier this summer in June with the Carmen Line annexation, which also went to a citizen-led referendum. That's what we have for now. We'll continue to keep an eye on this story and obviously the election coming up here in Palmer Lake. But for now, reporting live in Palmer Lake, Noah Kaplan, News 5.
In late July, the town of Palmer Lake released a summary of negotiated terms related to the proposed annexation. The report states if the annexation is approved, Buc-ee's will pay nearly $14 million for water infrastructure in Palmer Lake, with plans to fully fund 2 new wells and a water line. Buc-ee's will also pay for all required roadway improvements, including work on County Line Road and the I-25 interchange. The report also states as an incentive to bring the chain to Palmer Lake, Buc-ee's will only receive 1% of the town's 3% sales tax rate. They say the remaining 2% is estimated to generate up to $1 million for the town annually. Buc-ee's will also make a one-time community contribution of $350,000 within 30 days of the store opening. You can view the full list of terms over on our website, KOAA.com.